We are out here in late March, walking around, scouting a little bit for turkey. Turkey season's coming up in a few weeks. I frost seeded some clover a few weeks ago, but I'm kind of finalizing where we need to put more food plots in. That is one of the major weaknesses of this property right now, is there's not enough food. We've come a long way from where we started, but got a long way to go. My goal is to get a bulldozer out here for a couple weeks this summer. And the initial goal, we've been kind of slowly inching along. Little increments here, little increments there. I work on clients' properties. I talk to them, find out what their budget is, what their goals are. And a lot of times we go all in. I've had properties that I've set up and I bought a property, laid out the habitat plan, done all the work, sold it. Properties turned out awesome because I could invest that time and money in it knowing that I was going to get a return on my investment. This, on the other hand, it's just costing me money. I'm not gaining money from it. So it's harder to find the time and the money to come out here and work on this place. But I thought, well, okay, I'm going to get a bulldozer for a week this year. I'm going to get the most important things done. And then, a few years we'll get it for another week. A few years we'll get it for another week. And I thought about it, and I'm like, in the long run, it's going to cost a lot more because I rent a dozer. I pay them to deliver it. I pay them to take it back. And if you rent a dozer for a week, you get 40 hours of run time to use in that 7 days. I've rented a dozer a lot over the years. Pretty good with it. And I know what I can do in a week. And I was like, we're going to have to really prioritize what's the most important we can get done in a week, talking to my buddy. And I say, the smarter thing to do is rent it for a month. Just bite the bullet right now. In the long run, it's a lot cheaper. And then that will really speed up the process of making this place what we really, truly want it to be. So the other day, me and him came out here and we hiked from daylight till dark. Found any area that has a potential for a food plot, mapped it out. There's only so many viable areas here because there's so much rock, uneven terrain, just lots of problems. So the goal was to find anywhere and everywhere on this couple hundred acres that could support a food plot. And we got that done. So now the goal is to see what lays out the most strategically as far as what we found, and how to tie that in together to make it where, a big buck, especially during the rut, will hit one food plot, travel to the next, checking for does. And a lot of our stands will honestly be on the travel route between instead of right on the food plot. So that is kind of where we're at now, just kind of finalizing this. And I've got it all mapped out on my phone on Onyx. So whenever it gets closer, I may come out here and put some flagging tape, because in the bulldozer, it's a lot easier to see the flags when there's leaves on the trees than constantly looking at my phone. So that was another benefit of getting out here in February, was to be able to see without the leaves on the trees, see where the rocks are through the trees, where the rock shells start, kind of get a feel for what's doable and what's really just a waste of time. Because there is no point in creating a 1 acre food plot over a rock shelf. That's just going to tear up all my equipment. So it's finding the areas that will work, and then finding, okay, as far as the plan, these areas that'll work, how do they tie into the plan? So that's where we're at now.